Hello everybody, we are in my car right now as we are talking about the Ryan O'Reilly trade, and this is between the St. Louis Blues and the Toronto Maple Leafs. And as of right now, it looks like O'Reilly is being sent to Toronto in exchange for Mikhail Abramov, which is a 4th round pick, I think, for Toronto, and then Adam Gaudette. And also they are getting the 2023 first round pick from Toronto, as well as Ottawa's 2023 third round pick and Toronto's 2024 second round pick. And then the Maple Leafs are also getting another player from the Blues, but of course this is centered around Ryan O'Reilly. What exactly is the thought process here for the Leafs, and what is the thought process here for the Blues? Well, if you've been following my channel for a little bit now, you know that the Blues really are at the spot, especially after the Tarasenko trade, where they understand, hey, you know, we are not contenders anymore. We are not even a team that's going to make the playoffs in all likelihood. We've got guys that are on expiring contracts that are a little bit older and probably want to go chase a cup. So why don't we just make this a little bit easier for them and us, and then try to flip them, get some assets. This is exactly what you're seeing here for the Blues. As for the Maple Leafs, it's pretty clear that they want to make a push, and they want to do that by adding a guy like Ryan O'Reilly, a guy that has been a Selke candidate before, and just a player that, you know, has really been able to provide stability in St. Louis, and to get them over the hump there. They ended up winning a cup with him, and was a player that I think was liked in Buffalo before he ended up, you know, kind of having his exit. This is a guy that, again, two-way player, and you really look at some of the stuff here. He has a career-high 28-goal season, 2018-19 season here, and he has a 77-point season. I believe that's his career-high also in 2018-19 there for him. My apologies if I'm making any weird noises. It's just super cold in the car. But it looks like he has fallen off a little bit here this season. I believe he just has like 12 goals and 9 assists for 21 points in something like, 40 games played. A guy that, too, especially has been kind of known for helping his team get the puck out of their own end and then help that lead into offense. This year especially, it looks like those impacts are being, you know, kind of drawn off here a bit. But again, he's going from a St. Louis team that is struggling, that really seems to have lost their identity, to a team in Toronto that not only has an identity and a culture of winning, especially for like the past 5 or 6 years, but is looking to get back over the top. And I think for, you know, maybe O'Reilly, you know, he's had some stuff that he's had to deal with himself personally and battled injuries before too, but I think for him it'd kind of be good in a situation where Buffalo, maybe he felt like he lost that passion a little bit. St. Louis, I don't think it's as big of a scenario here where he feels like, oh, I lost the passion and the love for the game. But maybe you're looking at this and saying, for him, if you're O'Reilly, you know, I'm a guy that's, what, like 32 years old. I've been there, I've done that, and I know that there's not a lot of runs left in this for the Stanley Cup. Maybe I can try to make a run and win another one. That would be big for him. You know, I think that St. Louis is not getting some bad productivity out of this, especially the picks. These are a lot of high picks, especially because you look at a guy like O'Reilly. He's probably a rental, and he is actually a UFA after this season. His cap hit is $7.5 million, but of course, at this point in the season, it's not $7.5 million. We all know that. Really, this comes down to, for Toronto, they're trying to take gambles because other teams are trying to take gambles. You look at the Rangers. They are a team out east that is a potential club that could get in the way for Toronto to try to make a deep push. They added a St. Louis Blues player in Vladimir Tarasenko, so why not take the same page out of that playbook and try to get another St. Louis Blues player to bolster their Stanley Cup chances? You have teams, like I've said, like Boston, that have played very well at this point of the year. You have teams like Tampa Bay that are playing well. Teams that are in a wild card push that are trying to get hot. The Rangers, of course, have won like 6 in a row. I was actually watching the Rangers-Oilers game before I decided to go out here and freeze in the car. But yeah, here we are at this point. You're looking at this trade saying that it really depends for the Maple Leafs how this turns out. If it's a first-round exit, this is, you know, not a good thing for them. Whereas for St. Louis, I think you're looking at this and saying, you know, they got some players, and then Abramov, maybe he works out to be, you know, maybe like a middle 6 guy or something like that for them, and they get potential first-round talent with these picks, and they lose O'Reilly, a guy that they already figured they'd lose in free agency anyway. Might as well get value, but we will have to see. What are your thoughts on the O'Reilly trade? Sorry, it's really cold out here. Anyway, let me know if you have any thoughts on that. Also, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Everybody stay safe. Have a great night, and you golf hockey alright. Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.